I take the Dark Elves here.
All right, let's see it, man. Ooh, strong cav.
Indeed. So yeah, we have a small infantry corps of 4 Dread Spears for the cavalry. We have, looks of it, 2 Cold One Knights. Oh no, wait. Wait a second here.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
yeah. Just 1 Cold One Knight, 2 Cold One Dread Knights, and then mean the ROR Knights of the Eminent Law. It's a very cool looking cav. As well, we have the ROR Doomfire Warlock, the Slaneshi Harvester, and we have some skirmish cav. 2 Dark Rider Repeater Crossbow, 1 on either flank. As well, we have a Cold One Chariot. And we do have Malekith in the air on his Dragon Seraphon. Gaze of Malice, stand your ground, Soul Stealer, free standard kit. And that rounds out the Dark Elf army. Pretty straightforward, strong cav, a little bit of skirmish. What has the High Elf brought to deal with this Dark Elf incursion and win the High Elf, the Elven Civil War, my son?
Well, for the High Elves, I had to update the faction banner because we do have Teclis on the field, but on the right side, we're going to see some Silver Helms with Shields into the forest, and then we're also going to see another unit of Silver Helms with Shields hidden in the forest on the left flank. In the center here, we're going to see 2 Phoenix Guard. We have 4 Spearmen, and then we have 3 Sisters of Averlorn, so a very powerful magical armor-piercing, fire-dealing ranged power here. We've got a Great Eagle up in the air, just sitting there, and then down front and center we have Teclis, my favorite High Elf Lord, on top of his steed. Now Teclis will have the Potion to Troy, as well as Regrowth, Net of a Mintok, Greater Arcane Conduit, and then the Kindle Flame. Now Kindle Flame is a beautiful pick here, adds that plus 22% weakness to fire damage every time he's casting, and as I just mentioned, these Sisters of Avalorn do fire damage, so we will see if he makes the what kind of use he gets out of that combination. But yeah, this should be an interesting fight. I mean, pretty small
Indeed.
infantry-focused High Elf army versus a fairly widespread cavalry-focused Dark Elf army.
And we'll see what type of value these strong elite Dark Elf cav can generate with these 2 Silver Helms. They should be able to win the cav fight rather easily, and the Silver Helms this far out on the flanks, it seems like they may be exposed to such play and get isolated without the support from their archers. But
and it looks like Viash is kind of reading your mind there. He's even pulling them further back, almost like he just wants to keep them hidden until the right time presents itself in the battle. He doesn't want them to get engaged because you're absolutely right. They would stand no chance against Dread Knights.
Yeah, and I would continue this play, even get his back completely against the forest here, and then try and use the Eagle or maybe some of your other elements to pull the Dark Elf on this flank into your lines. Because, yeah, with the forest at your back, I mean, it's really just going to help these archers so much and eliminate an entire flank of the defense.
Yeah, and the
We'll
Dark
see.
Elf's being very cautious here.
Indeed, yeah. I was just going to say, look at this Soothsayer really taking his time, pulling each Dread Spear back, trying to get into the proper position where he can focus on each angle of this High Elf army. But once again, the High Elf army is pulling into the center, which I really don't like. I think they need to use like this Eagle, go after the Dread Spears, and then just keep moving to the forest. Being in the center is really not maximizing much of this terrain at all. It's really just leaving every avenue open for the Dark Elf to try and take advantage.
Yeah, and I mean, I love what Soothsayer's doing here. Look how wide he's circling with these Dread Knights. He's really just pulling his whole army, taking as much time as he possibly can to get everybody into position, because I think he completely recognizes the damage potential of these Sisters of Averlorn. Like, one good Net of a Mintok, he can just delete any unit on the field he catches. So the Dark Elf's playing it so safe right now, I really like. But here comes the Cold One Chariot, and it's going to take a volley and then turn around to try to dodge out of there. Nice dodge.
Yeah, look at this. Sooth is taking his time. He's scouting the forest, and he has found both units of cav and flushed them out of their forest and forced the now, vulnerable High Elves away from the these protected flanks. And yeah, they're just in the center of the map, really at the full mercy of the Dark Elf onslaught here.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting a bit turned around and just trying to figure out where they want to deploy their forces.
Gaze of Malice is coming in here.
Ooh.
On these Sisters of Averlorn.
A beautiful Gaze of Malice target. Oh.
My god. That's huge. Oh, the net, though. The net. Was it all too quick?
Oh, my god. Malekith.
But the Dark Elf Cav is coming in. Oh, he says I got a ranged attack, too. Oh.
Oh, but he's going to whiff it.
Yeah, that's odd. It looked like he went after the Silver Helms. I think he...
Oh, but a Soul Stealer.
Yeah. So much action, so much happening, so fast. Wow.
Yeah.
This is really perhaps going to decide the fate of everything here. Fate of the battle.
Absolutely. I mean, he had to
and
sacrifice
Malekith's going
his
after Teclis. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah,
Teclis
Chaos.
gets
I mean,
away, but...
Dark Elf is just like gone all in here. Soothsayer just diving in the center, trying to shut down these Sisters of Averlorn, losing his Cold One Chariot in the process, but all three models are still alive if he can pull it off. But yeah, terror outs all the Sisters of Averlorn.
Slamming into the back line here. Yeah, and look, all of them terror routing. They're all occupied. Phoenix Guard scrambling, trying to repel and get their archers back online. But yeah, that's the thing. Since they don't have the force, that just a whole other flank is exposed, and that charge really made them pay for it.
Yeah. And I mean, they just have no cavalry to speak of. Some Cold One Knights about to get a rear charge on these Silver Helms. And yeah, I just think this is kind of what happens when you bring a very missile-focused army with nothing but infantry to defend. It's just so hard to pin the mobility in place. And even though Phoenix Guard and Spearmen are going to do just fine in combat, but there goes a net of a Mintok on Malekith.
But yet, what archers are left to really put down any damage at this point? The one unit that's at full health is getting attacked by Malekith at this point.
Yep.
Just if you have an army like this, which is relatively static, relatively static, not much cav, you really need to make the most out of the terrain. You can't fall into the open plains and let the cav cycle charge you like this. And look at this combo.
That Soul Stealer and that Gaze of Malice. Oh my god.
There's some beautiful Soul Stealers and Gaze of Malice throughout this game. The one to start the engagement too.
Absolutely. I mean, Sooth just showing why patience, in my opinion, is it's if not the most important trait, it's definitely up there. Like one of the most important traits of a good player of this game or a good commander in the battlefield is patience and taking your time, not rushing into situations you don't need to be in. And I think right here we've seen his patience play off so well. If he would have sent in his army piecemeal or all from one direction, those Sisters of Averlorn would have just melted it. But he is doing so well right now.
Indeed, it's that patience to get in that correct position, and then the awareness to acknowledge a good position, and then he just dove right in there after he really sprung the trap, got a full surround, and really very well played Dark Elf army here. And I just think the positioning was a bit questionable from High Elf, as I've said.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think this is a good showcase for newer players too, to see box tactics are not unbeatable, and it's about that patience and working around the edges that really makes a difference.
Yeah, just get a good engagement, no hasty engagements. And but imagine if these Silver Helms were positioned with the Spearmen in this forest here, the High Elves, with a strong Phoenix Guard front, and then just the Sisters, force through their back, just shooting away. It would have been much easier to protect that back line.
Absolutely.
Would really put the pressure on Sooth to create an opening. With this open field here, there's just more field to gain that advantage and find some space.
Absolutely. Another Gaze of Malice. I mean, Malekith with his Gaze of Malices and Soul Stealers has been so on point this battle. It's, I mean, this is another situation of the Tarantula versus the Hawk kind of thing, right? Or Wasp versus the Tarantula, where it's just the mobility always coming out on top 9 times out of 10. But Malekith diving in on Teclis now, and Teclis needs to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, just that mobility, so strong. And the Phoenix Guard just kind of left swinging their halberds, trying to find something to make contact on.
Yeah.
And all the while, Teclis is off in the corner of the map, just running for his life.
Yep. And the Phoenix Guard have just been Soul Stealer to death. It's insane. Like, between the Breath and the Soul Stealers, it's just This has been a Malekith showcase. He's one of the most effective lords in the game, not only because of his good melee capabilities, but just because of the versatility of his spells and items.
Yeah, he can just put so much damage down, all the while healing himself too, and yeah. Physical resist on his dragon. In many ways, he's Warhammer 2's King Luen.
Yeah,
Except
right.
probably a little better since he's a caster as well.
Yeah.
And has breath attacks like this one here, and oh, those Phoenix Guard.
Phoenix Guard dead to rights, and yeah, we're gonna seeing another best of 3 between these players, guys. The Soothsayer is going to be winning this first best of 3, and we'll see if Viash can keep his composure, because he's been playing very, very well. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the series, I think the longer it goes on, the bigger advantage the Soothsayer has, not only because of his experience in the game, but also because of the tilting effect losing a best of 3 can have on a player. So this is going to be an interesting round, but there go army losses.
Yeah, what a game, what a game.
Yeah.
You know, we kind of started with the questionable positioning there, taking the center of the map, providing a full surround and plenty of angles of opportunity. As well, then the Sisters of Avalorn kind of were pushed into an awkward formation as they tried to put down some damage on a flank. They were trying to get those early shots on the Cold One Chariot, which may have all been a buff to bring them, you know, from perpendicular into a perfectly straight line. So Malik could just get that devastating damage down early, and yeah, he just really rode that engagement into victory, you know?
Yeah.
It was disarray from there, and he took full advantage.